guys, hey good people, it's your girl Debbie Shokoya. How you all doing? Welcome to another exciting episode with exciting moments with Debbie. Oh, let me introduce myself again. Hey guys, how you guys doing? It's your girl Debbie Shokoya, a beautiful wife to a fine blessed young man. Yes, Aya Aditola. Thank you guys for sharing love always. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dropping your comments. Thank you for sending feedbacks and everything. We love you and God bless you. So guys, today in the studio here with me is an amazing personality. She's an actress. She's an host. Yes, just like myself. Yes, she's beautiful. Beautiful. And there's something unique about her. Yes. Something unique, and we'll get there. Guys, welcome with me into the studio, Opemipo, Bamgbompa.
Let me clap for myself. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
You're as beautiful as always. Let me comment. And this outfit, I'm going to take it when I'm going.
Oh my God.
You want me back? Can Tata Yeni.
Okome.
Okome, I do Okome. And if you ain't got work for you.
Hey, apara rao.
So I'm pay orogun yen ni nse ni. Fi mi di won. Awon wo. Èwo ló ra fa ibunsin. Yo la joje ni ile yo. Emi ati e.
Yeah, thank you so much for honoring my invite.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, before I go on, I just want to tell you that this show, A Certain Moment with Debbie, is all about realness, about heart to heart. You go with the flow. We are here to motivate,
each other,
yeah. And also our audience.
Of course.
You're a celebrity, a public figure. We want people to see the reality of life. You know, a lot of times they look at us like maybe we are one
magicians.
Of
course.
So we want them to see that we reason like every other person.
Okay.
Reality, we face it. We face life just the way they do. They feel the pain and happiness. And so we do. So, but before then, I want to know, who is Opemipo? Okay. I want you to describe Opemipo. Go on, please.
Okay. Once again, thank you for joining us. My name is Opemipo Bamgbopa. This is me. I was okay. Let me say, your Maradona. I was a child actor.
Yeah, Maradona.
Yeah. So I started my career in the year 2000. I started as a child actor, both Yoruba and English movies. Then I went off for a while. I went to school. Thankfully, I'm a graduate of Transport Planning and Policy from Lagos State University. Wow. Thank you very much.
Wow. Wow. That one is a view. I don't really understand English.
Transport Planning and Policy. Debbie, please.
Transport. Anyhow. But please, can you enlighten us more about it? Because me, I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm sure some people at home, they might not.
Okay. About
transport policy.
Transport planning and policy. Okay, so it's one of the newest courses that we have in universities in Nigeria. Okay. So transport planning and policy talks about maintaining and working in the transport system. The transport network, especially in Lagos, is expanding.
Yeah.
So studying transport planning and policy gives me the room to actually, ensure that I'm involved in the government, you understand? Okay. So now the transport network in Lagos, for instance, is expanding. We have the blue rail system. We have the train tracks that are working perfectly now. We have the aviation. So transport network exactly is in different facets. We have aviation, we have sea, we have the seaports, we have rail tracks, we have the road. So when people hear transport, they always think it is the Agberos and all that. No. This is actually going to school to study. It's like you're going to school to study for aviation. We have aviation schools when people go to learn for air hostesses and all that. So this is a course on its own. Okay. It's a faculty in the school I studied, Lagos State University. And then you learn about how to expand and also be involved in the system. That's why I studied transport planning and policy. So as a planner, I can plan to, for the future, this is how our transport network will go. And I can also make policies. So that's how it is.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's it.
It must be very brilliant.
God, I beg. I don't know anything. This is me. I don't know anything.
So, like, when I was introducing you,
yeah,
I've gone to that point of she was a child actor, but I didn't want to touch them because I'm sure a lot of people that knows us that we are together, it's Opemipo,
of course,
it's Maradona. So you used to be a child actor.
Yeah.
So how was it like? You said you started in year
2000. Yeah.
So how was the child acting like before we now go to this Opemipo?
Child acting for me was so very easy.
Senior colleague.
So child acting for me was very easy because I was a child. I mean, I was just doing my thing. Okay. And then it wasn't so easy. Child actors don't do much. Not like adult actors that have to do much and, you know, exercise their power. I can act and everything. So it was just for you to be intelligent and brilliant. For me, it was just the brilliance. So I'm not trying to hype myself, but then I think I was doing well in school as at then. So it wasn't so difficult for me to assimilate my lines. So it was that was one very key thing that I had, lines assimilation. So if they bring the script, no matter how big it is, I was going to, you know, assimilate and I was going to flow. So it was very sweet for me as a child actor. My mom was managing me at the time. So it was very easy going to locations and everything. And trust me, it was fun, you know. I started with the English. I started with a soap opera in English by Opa Williams.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's the owner of Night of a Thousand Laughs, the popular.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started with Living Next to You by Opa Williams. We had the likes of Joe Adekwa of blessed memory. We had Tenamba. We had Paul Adams. We had a lot of people. We had Gloria Anozie. That's Nobert Young's wife. We had a lot of people on that set. And then the Yoruba thing came, and that was when I started working with Korede Films. So it was easy because working with Korede Films was something else because we had only child actors on set. Oh, yeah. So yeah, Korede worked more with child actors. So it was very easy for you to relate and work on set and everything. So it's made acting very easy. And you know, thankfully, I also went from there to a soap opera that was on for 5 years. That's One Love by Tajina Dekpetu. It was First Family Circle.
Were you the one in One Love?
Yes, it was First Family Circle. So they changed to One Love. So I was with them for 5 years, and it was more like family too. So child acting for me, all the jobs I did were more like I was around family. So they made acting very, very easy for me.
Some people, you know, they would, you know, they might have forgotten like, oh, was she the one in One Love? I said, were you the one? I know you were in Maradona.
Yes, yes.
Because the first
Maradona was not even the first. It was like maybe 15th.
You remember the first time we met on set on a soap opera?
Yes, yes.
That was
like 20.
I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the name of the.
I really can't. Is it Torchwood? No. I can't remember. But
it's
I know.
Tales of Love.
Yeah, but it's for 5 series. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that night you just came. You said, "Do you know me?" I was like, "I don't know you. You're an actress. We met here." And you're like, let me show you something." Then you're like this man, like Maradona.
I remember.
So I can't even remember that of One Love.
But let me say something. It's not because she said Debbie is a very sweet person. She has always been a sweet person. You know, so that's a round of applause for her. She has always been a sweet person. Yes. So.
You know, because some people would mistake you for Gbemisola. You know Gbemisola, the other child actor.
Yes.
But you came, you were there before Gbemi.
Yes.
So you know, sometimes when I say Madonna, I'm like, is it that girl? They refer. I was like, no.
Yeah. So even on my Instagram now, when I post, they now say, oh, you were that. You know, because they used to mix up a lot of us. They used to mix up a lot of us. You know, during that time and everything.
But she's older.
But we thank God for grace. At least we are still here. You know, we are still here.
So great. And you know, I love kids a lot. I know a lot of people back home knows that Debbie Shokoya is a kid lover. And there's this kids agency that is owned by someone close to me, and I'm also like you know, she meets me up for, you know, advice and different stuff. You know, I deal with mothers and kids, and I see that a lot of mothers these days, they want their children to be in limelight. And it got to a point I need to look into it well. Because I started seeing desperation instead of passion. I understand that you can have passion for your child because they are not in that point to, you know, decide for themselves yet. But you probably would just see that this you would know what your child like now. This are you single or married?
No, I'm single.
You're single.
Yes.
You have a child?
No. I don't have a child.
Moving on. So you know, you just look at that child like, oh, this child likes fashion, this child likes to talk, outspoken and everything. So you probably would have passion, but along the line, I started to see desperation instead of passion. So I said something in one of at one of their events, and I was talking to the parents. I said, I'm beginning to see desperation instead of passion, and it's really unfair.
Yeah,
because
so fair.
these children are not grown to decide for themselves.
Wow.
Fine, you want to make a decision for them. No, you're seeing something and you want to put them through it and saying, oh, because I see this child likes fashion, let me put her through it. It makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Rather than trying to force that child in every circle, I don't know if you get my point.
What you're saying.
I then said something that, you know, that if you make this child popular with force right from this child, when this child grows, you know, they become an adult and they don't get their attention anymore. It can be depressing for them.
Of course, it can.
I don't know if you get my point.
I can relate.
You can relate.
I can
now.
relate totally.
I invited you here because I know you have gone through both phases.
Yes.
You understand? You used to be a child actor, now an adult
actor.
And I get it. You had the attention on you.
Of course.
When you were a child actor.
Yeah.
You had all the love, all the attention.
Yeah.
And going for education, coming back, seeing the way it is with your settings has changed.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if you said it somewhere on your page, I don't know, that the discipline now is different from then.
Yeah,
you know, because
totally different.
You know, you've been through that phase and now this phase. So how is it like? You used to be a child actor, you came back, the setting is different, the attention is not there like when you used to be young. You know, how are you coping? How is it?
Okay, so this is it. I said something, so I'll take it back to parents trying to force their kids. So this is just a very simple advice. Do not try to force your kids out of desperation, because one thing is this: imagine you force that kid into being an actor, and then the child is at his or her own peak of the career. Being a parent of a child actor that is at the peak of a career is a lot. You have to make sacrifices. If you are doing a 9-to-5 job and you have a child that you have to follow to location or manage, it's a whole lot. That is why a lot of parents just bring their kids to set and they want their children to be actors, and all of a sudden you don't see them anymore, because it takes a lot of sacrifice at that stage, a lot of sacrifice. And I think most times it's always very good if either of the parents are in the industry, because they understand the technique of the job. So it doesn't have to be like they need to learn more. They already know what it is to be in the industry. They know for me, for instance, I made sacrifices. When I was on One Love, we were living there practically. And there were times that I had to go to school for exams.
Really?
Yeah.
You were living
Yes, it was a twin building. We were shooting in one and we were filming in one. So at some point, we had caterers, we had everything on set. So at some point, you know, we had drivers that took us back to school every day, because my school was not far from my house. So imagine going to school, going to do my exams, and I was still going back. They wake us up around 4 a.m. every day, because we need to meet up with school.
Wow.
Go to school.
And you were how old
I was about 9. I was about 10, 11, 12.
That young?
Yeah, I was very young. So you need to wake up, you need to go to school, you need to write your exams, and you need to come back to set. And then during those times, we had when they come to our house, we're always very happy that I'm going to set. So we had like 32 episodes packed like this. You needed to read almost everything. So as a child actor, assimilating lines, going to school to do it. So it took grace. And also because my mom was in the industry at the time, so it was very easy. So that's what I meant by trying to balance. If you're a parent and you want your child to come to the industry, is that you are totally submissive to ensuring that that child is doing well in that industry, both academically and also in that field, or you ensure that you get a very good manager. Because either ways, it might affect the parent, because you need to be there for such a child. And then there's something I always say. The acceptability of people all over the world for child actors is very minute, in the sense that when you're a child actor, people want to see.
They grow?
When you grow, when you transit into a child actor, the acceptability is very, very, very minute. Because one thing is, it is the grace of God. Now, people expect that, and I'm not saying this to spite anybody, but I know a lot of people that, you know, were child actors then, wanting to be like me at that time. You know, they are nowhere to be found now, because it is not so easy. Everybody goes through one thing. They fall out. You know, peer pressure at some point. Even with the little stardom some people have, they think they've gotten to. But like I said, I think the kind of upbringing that you have too matters. If you have a parent that is very strict in his or her upbringing, it would automatically pass on to you. So no matter how much you want to think that as a child actor or as a youth, because you know when you transit from a child, you go into teenagehood, and then you're going into an adult. So that time of youthful exuberance from the teenage and everything, you want to explore, you want to do a lot.
Yeah.
And then being a child that is so busy with acting, you don't have the liberty to do as your mates are doing.
Yeah.
A lot of your mates go for some programs, you can't go.
Yeah.
They go for Milo shows, you can't do it because you are so busy. And they see you like the demigod because you are their classmates, but you are doing something different that they can't do. So transiting for me at some point was a bit difficult because, of course, I value education a lot. That's one thing I don't joke with. So at some point, I had to go off. I went to school because that degree was very important. Jam was jamming me, but I ensured I went back to school. You understand? So I ensured that because the industry is not something that you just sit back and say, you need to have a plus.
Yeah, you need to.
You understand?
You don't put all your
Yes, the industry has a lifespan.
Yeah.
You being an actor at the A-list, as an A-list actor, has a lifespan. So you need to ensure that you have something else going. Because education is whoever says education is scam, please, that's not it. That's not true. Education is not scam. So I had to go to school. I had to get my degree, and other child actors like me, some of us too went to school and got our degrees, and thankfully I came out strong. But at that time, everything had changed, like you said. The industry had changed. A lot of persons were expecting respect because age-wise, probably they were older than you. But in the industry, you're like their senior. So it's a part also. Especially among our females, they believe that, okay, you need to do more, you need to respect me. And I say, no, respect is earned, it's not forced. It's earned. You can't force respect on me. You understand? It's earned.
Right.
And then the kind of vibe that you give me matters. And some people say like, okay, this is pride because you've been there. No, it's not about pride. Naturally, some people do not just associate because we know that industry is very dramatic. Everybody tries to, stay in their place and not do much.
Yes.
So acceptability for me has been funny. You understand? Some people don't want to accept the fact that you can do some roles. They want to stereotype you and give you some kind of roles because they feel, they think you are still that child actor, not knowing that in age you've even advanced. So that's what I'm saying. They'll give you a secondary school role. And they believe that because you are petite, you should be able to still do it. Yeah. And some people, the worst case scenario, some people say, you have a sharp mouth. And I'm like, no.
You're grown,
so I'm an adult, I'm a very reserved person. For you to know, I'm a reserved person. My fans, just know I'm reserved.
She might just be with you somewhere and where you guys are talking and not talking.
So, but the thing is, when it comes to my job, I would deliver. So please, producers, take notes. I'm not a child actor anymore. So for me, transition has been difficult because a lot of people, I would not lie to you, it's been very challenging. It's been very challenging. But the thing is, because of the passion for the job, I have decided to, stay aloof and then watch. And then I'm trying to do more of behind the scenes now. And I hope my fans will stay glued. So it won't just be acting.
You want to be directing?
Maybe.
You look like it. No, you actually look like it.
Maybe, of course.
You look like someone that definitely you would excel in that part because you are femme.
Yeah, I am.
You are femme and you know what you want.
Yes, I do.
It makes sense seeing your education side, and I see and I'm like, these days when you're going to a certain age or there's something going on and you can see your peers, you just be like, but you just keep going. You just did something. Did you? Was it graduation?
Yeah, I did my convocation recently.
And you still want to go to school? You would.
Yes, of course.
You feel like my master's. You look like someone that will keep reading.
I even did politics. I think I didn't say that.
Yeah,
you understand? So I did politics too in school. So for me, I think that when you get to a stage, you need to explore more about yourself. It's just. Going to school for me was just, a self-adventure. I was able to explore more and see the other side of me that I couldn't see. So for me, acting would always be there. One thing is once you're a star, you're always a star.
Yeah.
And then you need to understand that times will change. Now, there are a lot of child actors all over the world that, transited into adults. And when I actually Googled, but I can tell you categorically, a lot of them have gone, astray. Drugs, peer pressure, especially in the United States. A lot of them have gone, so, but then, because we're in Africa, we have something that is binding us, which is discipline.
Yes.
So we can't do a lot of things. So it's a sweet, bitter experience. That's what I would say. Coming from child acting to adult, it's a really sweet, bitter experience. But it takes passion, perseverance, and grace of God to still be here. That's the truth. Yeah. So that's just it.
So thank you for that. So I want to ask, is there any points that this has gotten to you emotionally, mentally, that you just feel like, I've tasted this, the attention, the love, the overwhelming love you know, child actor, they, in fact, the love they give child actor is different from adults. So show you up.
Children naturally,
you know,
the kind of love that you give
you,
children naturally.
Do you get children naturally?
Yes.
So was there any point that this has gotten to you, like this life that, you know, the way people see me, the love, the attention, and now I have to explain myself.
Of course.
Do you understand? Has it gotten to you mentally, emotionally?
Okay, so I think I've gone past that emotional stage, so I won't cry. Okay, so the thing is, from some of the things I said earlier, it's a very big challenge, you understand? But then there was a day a friend of mine said something. And a friend of mine said, imagine you reigning for 20 years, at the age of 6, you reign till 26, and you're nowhere to be found. That's a very deep one. Like, so imagine at the age of 26, you're not reigning anymore. And then that's all about your career. And then you have to start, you know, picking up pieces. But the fact that God has kept you somewhere, and the fame is still there, up until today, somebody said, you know, I'm like, yes. So there are some times
when people see you, they recognize.
Of course they do.
Hey,
and of course, we're in the age of social media. So a lot of people, and don't forget, thank God that you know how this thing is. A lot of people know you. They won't follow you. They come to your page just to see that you are doing something. And then the next time you are probably missing them in person, they tell you, I visited your page recently.
No, it happens.
So that's it. A lot of people see you, but they decide to stand aloof. They want to see what you will become. And that's the thing. So the best thing you can do for yourself is you need to become somebody for yourself. Success is very attractive. You know, at some point, when you have been mentally down, I've been emotionally down, a lot of times. I remember there was a time that I went about saying I was depressed and everything, but I thought about it, okay, so staying depressed doesn't do anything. It would only worsen you. Because you think about it, okay, your colleagues are making more money than you're supposed to be making. And I used to say something, some people are lucky because it is the time of social media. If social media was then at that time,
no,
of course, we won't be saying this. But then you need to thank God that everything happens for a purpose. So wherever you are, there's a reason. So if I didn't go back to school, I won't make some connects that I made politically, which is going to help me now. I won't have met some people that would have even helped me shape in my future. Some people that you need to write letters and letters and letters to, I want to produce a cinema job, help me. You now have their numbers and you can actually knock on their doors. So there's a reason for everything that you go through. So I was able to, at some point, shaping my thoughts and think about it that, okay, you don't have to think like there's a negativity. There's a reason why everything happens. Because when people talk to you and, you know, they try to encourage you and everything, it's very good. But the day you sit down yourself to think about it is when you can now firmly say that, okay, by myself, I think I'm ready to go through it. So there are always storms. Celebrities go through storms. Even the ones that don't say it, you find out most of our celebrities are depressed and everything. So for me to be able to come out of it is when I can actually tell myself that, okay, I can do this. So at some point, it was a problem trying to manage and think about it that, okay, I met a lot of people here. So a lot of people met me in the industry. And then, but I had to just, you know, come back to sit down to my drawing table and say, what is the next thing to do? So for me, it's just, I see it as a phase. A phase I will always go and a phase I will always overcome. There are even some people there that didn't go anywhere. That were there for 10 years. They have produced 100 movies and people do not know them. So grace of God is stardom. God gives grace for stardom. That's what I can say. Stardom is grace.
I like that. I like the fact that you realized it yourself.
Of course.
It wasn't like anyone needs to talk you out of it.
Of course.
Because this is something for me too. When I go through all times or challenges, there's no matter what you tell me, no matter what you want to give me, I'll still feel sad. Until the day I realize things myself. Until the day I tell myself, you know what? If you die now, I just give myself reasons.
What's the next thing that will happen?
You're saying your mate are this, your mate are in mortuary. You know, I just give myself different reasons to just pick myself up. You know what? There's no point. So even after then, if you want to bring negativity to me, I'm just like, I don't know. And so thank God for the grace of God.
Thank God.
So when I ask questions, you know, when I ask my guest questions, I ask, you know, general questions that people can relate with. And because this one we just talked about now is talking about, we have also touched depression. Of course. We've touched fame. We've touched whatever thing you're going through in life. It's a phase, and it will pass. Of course. So now I want us to touch the industry. What is happening inside that industry?
Let's go. Let's go.
So this industry of ours, like I said before we started fully, did I say that this is all about realness?
Yes, yes.
Heart to heart talk.
Of course.
Honesty. So you don't care what anyone will say.
All right, so
say it.
let's spill it.
So talking about, you were saying something about when some people see you, they want you to respect them.
Okay.
And you don't force respect, you earn it.
Of course.
So this thing that you're talking about happen, it happens in our industry a lot. Some people just tell you that, hey, she's proud. And I might just be someone that is shy.
Of course.
You understand? I might just be someone that is shy that will still be thinking of, how do I want to go and relate with this person?
Yes.
Or how do I want to relate with this person? And there are some people that you obviously see that you can't be older than me.
Of course.
Do you understand? Let's just relate. Let's be cool.
Of course.
But you want to force people to respect you.
Which is
you
not
want
good.
to force people to, and that is because looking at it, deeply one day, and I looked at it that some people are coming from a place of they have done it to them before, so they want to do it to somebody.
Yeah, which is
what
true.
do you think about that? And before we go about what you think about, have you experienced anyone trying to force you to respect them?
Okay. Well, first thing for me is, this is not me trying to prove anything, but I try to avoid embarrassment. Probably because I came from child acting. So I saw a lot of things. I know the way our industry is. The industry is a world on its own. So if you're an actor, your husband is not an actor, you're in a different world. Yeah. Because he doesn't know that industry is a world on its own. So I have learned, that's one of the positive things that I took away as a child actor. Because the kind of people I met on set then were veterans. You know, that were on set. Imagine me acting with Ogogo as my husband in Maradona. Sorry, Oga Bello. And the likes of Ogogo and Co were on set. Those were veterans. They are still veterans. And the one thing about them is they don't take discipline as a joke.
Yes.
You must be disciplined. So those are the kind of people those are the generation of actors that I met on set that shaped my career. So I feel that even when I'm seeing the smallest person on set who is maybe a PA and I don't know your age, I'll use air for you. That's courtesy for the first time. You need to respect everybody. But as time goes on, if we vibe, we vibe. You understand? And I call you name and still respect you. But I think there are some people that there was something that happened recently. So I was still on low cuts. First, like making my hair, and I met one actress, a very controversial actress, and then she saw me on set and I was like, oh mommy baoni. I'm like, really? Are you serious right now? You don't even know my age. It's very funny. And I'm really, you don't even know my age. Maybe we should calculate my Maradona till now and then see. And it's so funny because you don't even know. I might be petite in nature, but you don't know my age. So what I did was, I didn't want to sound insultive. I just left because that person is a drama queen. So I don't even like to be in the news. As an actor, you cannot have a clean slate. They will come after you, truly. Yeah, but then if I have to come in the news and such a person comes after me, what I will say will not be good, because the English I know, I will say all the English I know in my mouth. But I try to stay away from trouble, and I just left. Because that person has that kind of mentality. I just felt, okay, it's not worth it here, so I just left. And so a lot of them, fine, you might be 5 years older than me, and you're 10 years older than Davido, and Davido calls you by name. Will you tell Davido to call you auntie? So for me, I can call you by name and I can respect you. That's one thing they don't understand. And a lot of these people try to force respect when it's not needed. Like I said, you don't force respect, you earn it.
So just because I said we are going to be honest.
Yeah.
You know that just when you said Davido, you might be older than Davido. You go to, we are not Yoruba actresses. Yes. I say this always.
I'm not a Yoruba actress. I'm an actor.
An actor.
I am an actor.
But we just have Yoruba sector, English sector. Yeah. So you will not see, you that is in the Yoruba sector. We are both, we see ourselves, locations most
every
times,
time.
And we will not be at an event. I'll greet you. You will not answer me.
You will not snub me.
You will see people that are in the English sector that you are way older than. Big Brother Nigeria's artists that you are way older than, and you will start farming them, and you will snub your colleague. How do you feel about that? I just feel like it's insane. So are you trying to? I don't know. That is why a lot of time too many nonsense are thrown to us.
Yes, that's true. So the thing is, me, for instance, I'm sorry to say, I don't go to parties too much. So if you see me come out for anybody, that person is very close to me. You understand? Or probably there's a network I have. Because for me, if you go out, it's for a reason. I don't like to be everywhere. I don't like my face to be everywhere as much as I'm a public figure. I go out because there's a reason and I need to network at that party or that event. So if I see you and you do that kind of thing to me, I won't greet you ever again. So that's me for you. I won't greet you ever again because why would you snub me really? And then you know, it's a thing for me when people, it's like you're forcing vibes.
Yes.
If you feel that you're forcing vibes with people and it's not working, I don't think that there's any reason. Well, we are colleagues. I don't have any issues with you. We are acquaintances. When we see on set, we work. I've seen a lot of people that were not good colleagues. They had controversies. And they still come on set to kiss each other. After the kissing, they go back to the way they were. That is professionalism.
Yeah.
I don't have to be your friend because we're in the same industry. Yeah. And there are some people that you love so much that you talk about, you know, the deepest things that happen to you, and you don't see them all the time. You understand? You might not see them in the next 2 years, and you converse on phone. When you're crying, they are the people you want to call on phone and tell them this is what is happening to me. And the people that you sleep and wake up with every day, you can't even tell them because so that is it. You find your circle where you find it. But when I feel that okay, the energy is not matching. There are some people that I have tried and tried and tried, and I see that the energy is not matching. For a lot of reasons, I just let them go. And then they see it like beef. If I go to locations, I am on my own. And they see like, because she's a child actor. It's not because I came from a child. Okay, you want to say that. If you're a mechanic and you meet me, or you have one job you are doing, or you're a hairdresser, even if you're a married woman, you met me there, you're my junior. That's the way, that's how we used to revere our industry. Before a lot of people came and, you know, they didn't understand the job and they came and they felt it was about age. You know. You understand? So for me, I don't like to stress it. If the vibe is not real, it's not real. If I see you and you snub me at a function, that's the end. If you have to work, we'll work. If I feel the need to tell you later on, I'll tell you. You know, but I think, but you know, really, I think we don't need all this negativity. We don't. Yes, because you know why? The English actors that we're trying to farm now are even respecting us more. Thanks to all the filmmakers that are making us proud in the Yoruba industry, that have put us on the spot and, you know, that made us global.
Even before we even talk about movies, you know, being out there and everything, maybe is the kind of movie that we do that make even our own personality. Yes. Only that is what we do. Yes. We don't when we see each other, we don't regard ourselves. That's very bad. Then when we see these people, when we see not these people, sorry to say that, but when we see other people outside our own, you know, settings, yes, we start to farms. And in front of this other sector colleagues, yes, these other colleagues is where you still snub your own. Why do you think they would take us serious? Because they love themselves. No, even if they don't. I was going to say that this is what they do. Even if they don't, they are united. That's the thing. So I think they are united. We are maybe because we have this Yoruba thing in us. We want to show ourselves and we want to speak more. There's no unity as it should be. That's why there are a lot of loopholes. Yoruba will say, you understand? As much as we are in the industry and we are not perfect, and nobody is a saint. The fact that industry has come to realize that they stay as one. That's why their market value will keep increasing and ours will just remain like that. So I feel that we need to understand that we need oneness, other than beef. You know, there are a lot of things. The air is so wide for so many birds to fly, and we won't touch ourselves. What you have that is so special, I don't have it. What I have, the uniqueness of heavy human is so different. So I feel that we don't need to beef ourselves, and we need to live in oneness. That's how I see it. So it's high time that we begin to say ourselves like, okay, I'm a celebrity, you're a celebrity. If the vibe is not real, it's not real. We don't need to farm our colleagues because we want to make a statement. That's what they do. At the end of the day, you go there and you come back and you regret it because you can't even penetrate them. Their scandals are so minimal that we are out there and they just sit and they laugh. So I think it's not worth it actually. Yeah, we need that oneness. We need it. Imagine you calling, just like you say, when you get somewhere, you use air for everybody. Of course. So imagine you calling someone here that, you know, obviously you can be older than me, but because I have respect, you're calling this person, you're using and the next thing, the person to then maybe 2 days, 3 days later, 4 days later, you just say, oh, what sorry. Would you do? As sweet as I am, I'm going to change it.
I'm sorry.
You don't have chill pill.
No, there's no chill pill. Now there's a difference between you being calm. I'm very conservative, but I'm very disciplined. I won't take what is not. So if you go about that, it's two things. I want to see it like you are becoming free with me. I see you as, okay, a free person who vibe. But if I see it like you have an ulterior motive to do that, I will change it for you, and that's the end. We won't even talk.
Because something like this happened to me.
Because familiarity, too much familiarity breeds contempt. If I feel that you are doing too much, I stay away from you.
Something like this happened to me years back on a set. So this lady, when we meet, you know, at locations, we do to each other. Then we went for a soap, a series. We were all together, and you know, I was still using her, she was still using her. Then the second day, third day, then I started hearing oh. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Then I think the fifth day also, I can't even remember, but I allowed her to say the oh for me to understand. Maybe were you doing something before you said oh? Maybe it was a slip of tongue. Maybe I wanted to understand the situation. So for like how many days she was still saying oh. So one day I don't know what we were doing or what I was doing. Then I just used oh. Then she just frowned. I was like,
can you imagine?
Then that was it. Then the next day again, we're saying, okay, I was doing something. She wanted to do the same thing. Then as long as maybe, for example, maybe bad day, she just played up.
Can you imagine?
I was like, what happened? So everyone was like saying, what happened? You know, she could not even say one single thing.
That's
and
serious.
when I asked, and I was like, I know what is wrong with her. We are using her for each other. All of a sudden, he said, oh, were you expecting me to continue?
Of course, you change it.
See, I don't want to know if you are me. Number one, it's not even age mates or anything. Respect is reciprocal.
Very.
You cannot force me to respect you. You have to earn it.
Yes.
So you have not done anything to earn my respect.
Of course.
I choose to respect you. Respect me back.
Yeah.
I came from a home that respect means so much to us. Even my dad, no matter how old my dad, you know, if my dad is older than you, he doesn't care. He would use he would respect you. Even if you are a standard, he would respect you.
Of course.
So don't disrespect me. And again, I'm always big on manner of approach.
Of course.
You need to, and that was because when I was growing up, if you want to collect something from my mom, if you say, there's a way you say something, and my mom will say, my mom will say, manner of approach.
Very important.
She keeps saying it. So I grew up to be so big on it that even when I go to a supermarket and you're an attendant, you don't attend to me well, I get angry.
Yes.
It ruins my day.
Because they should have courtesy as customer service.
It ruins my day. If I go to the bank, I find you, disrespectful. It ruins my day. I don't care who you are. I feel like this is a department and you should know your job.
Of course.
You should do it right. Why should you even attend to me anyhow? I'm a customer, so why are you attending to me this way? So I get really, really angry. Yeah. And that's because I'm big on respect and big on manner of approach. So for you, before you will say I disrespected you, you must have disrespected me.
Of course.
I don't come for you where you don't come for me. That is it for me.
Of course.
And I believe same for you.
Same. Success. Very germane.
So we are almost getting to the end of the show.
Okay.
I want to ask if you were question.
Okay.
So let's assume that Opemipo is what should we assume? So let's assume that you had a boyfriend, an ex actually.
Okay.
He broke your heart.
Okay.
He left you.
Okay.
Then seeing him back after 2-3 years, he's now a billionaire.
Okay.
And he comes back. And what he did before he left you was so painful.
Okay.
That you almost lost it. Anyways, 2 years, 3 years later, he came back. He's a billionaire and he's asking for your hand in marriage. Would Opemipo accept to be the wife?
Okay, so this is reality and you need to accept it. I'm not going to accept.
Why?
Okay, this is it. So there are some characters in men that no matter how much you try to brush up, they will never change. So this is it. It comes with self-conviction.
Wait, sorry.
Okay.
Everyone. I said billionaire.
I know.
I said I did not say million.
Okay, so what if okay, let me ask you something. Let me put you in a tight corner. Imagine that what caused our fight was he being gay and I caught him. And then he's coming back to me as a billionaire. And I know he still has that thing in him. My sister, I would not accept it.
Okay, what if he's not being gay? What if he's maybe infidelity, he was hurting you and everything?
Well,
the different ladies.
See, I don't even know what to say, but really, if I have to be very sincere with myself, it will be very difficult.
Are you sure?
I might accept. It's not about money. This is social media age. We've seen marriages break. And me, because I grew up from a home that my mom and my dad were not together, I'm very big on having a very good home. I am so passionate about it. I want to go to work, come back home, meet my husband and my kids. I'm very big. So if I see that there's no light there, I might not go there. Because you can't be a billionaire and give me pain. If my husband is okay and we are doing fine, that's okay for me. If you're a billionaire and I have to cry in your house and it's so bad that it leads to depression, I can't even tell people outside what is going on with me, I don't think I want to go into it. So if it is about infidelity and I want to go back into that marriage, we need to sit down and talk about it. We need to sit down and talk about it. In fact, if I have to marry you, I will ensure that we go legal about it. So that I know that when you are leaving me, my brother...
Being legal, does it, does it bound anything? Does
yes,
it bind?
when you do some legal rights in your marriage, you understand? There are things that you have access to when you guys are not together.
Okay, you're talking about the assets now.
Yes, yes. Because my children won't suffer. Because I don't want to leave your marriage and go and marry somebody else. Once I leave you, I leave you.
So you will not be married.
That's the idea. I don't want to marry and then leave because I don't want to have a second marriage. That's the idea.
So you don't want God
so
forbid.
Once I leave, God forbid. Once I leave,
but if at all you get married to somebody,
I'm not going to have
breaks,
a second marriage.
You will not have.
I won't have a second marriage.
You stay single.
Yes. So our hearts are so delicate more than each other.
Are you sure?
What we can take is very different. That's why I don't even want to have a second marriage. You have to be okay for me at the first marriage. That I won't have to have a second marriage.
You don't know what it is. You don't
know what I understand, but that's what I'm saying. Because I know him, it's the devil I had known.
Sorry, do you know how many people only relationship? Do you know how many people that have had break up in relationship? As they are flaunting it, they are posting another one. As they are flaunting it, they are posting another one.
My sister, I would never. So that's one thing I won't do. Even before I get married to you, I will not post you until you marry me. I will not do that. So no matter how lovey-dovey we can be, I wouldn't want to post you until you get married to me, or there's a level we've gotten to. Because, it
doesn't matter now. Even if you eat breakfast there, life goes on.
My sister, I will eat the breakfast in peace.
In the corners of your room.
You understand? In the corners of my room, not because somebody has public opinions and they want to come and put. They don't even know what is happening. And they say, oh, so that's what they don't understand. And I like the fact that you said it, that these people don't understand that we are celebrities. It's a normal thing that a normal person would do. You get away with it. As a celebrity, you are in the spotlight. The littlest thing that you do that is very small, they want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You understand? No matter how minute. And a regular person does this thing on a daily, but you are the topic they want to talk about.
Have you ever been bullied on social media?
Media. No, I've not been bullied.
Never.
And I think I await the adventure. I want to see how you feel.
I like the fact that you are waiting, because I tell my guests, like, if anyone say
it's not complete. It's not complete until your slate is dirty. I still have a clean slate actually.
I had to learn that
you understand? But one thing you should understand is you need to learn to have a thick skin. Because
how thick?
My sister, it can't be so thick. There will be times that you let your guards down, and I learned that as a politician too. Politicians are just like us. They are public office holders.
After even celebrities, they are the next.
Even the things that don't happen, they say they do it, and they still, they still hold on to those offices. I've been an office holder when I was in school. I did student unionism. I know how it was. So coming back to the industry that I was to, that made me a superstar, I know how it is. People expect some things from you, and they don't want to think that you are human. And they expect that anything they say, you just have to overlook it. But you are human. Depression is real. You understand? So that's it for me.
The fact that you have not been bullied before, have you ever come across any, any demeaning, things said to celebrity on Instagram? I'd be like,
there are some people that I wish I could slap them. So for me, it's cyberbullying. Recently, somebody bullied me. She's I don't want to say she's mentally derailed, but she's somebody I knew back in school.
Oh, okay.
But she came to my page and she was saying all sorts of things, and I just laughed that she's mentally. So what I did was I reported her to people that I knew could talk to her, because I didn't want to threaten her. Once I threaten her, to me I would even feel like I'm trying to bully her now, because I know that she's mentally derailed. Do I want to arrest her? Do I want to call her out? It's like I'm so I won't do that. So because of my calm nature, I just spoke to people that could talk to her, and then that was it. And then she stopped it afterwards. And I restricted her from my comments. There was a day Thank God I restricted her. She said a lot of nasty things in the comment section that Instagram was asking me for approval. So if I had left her, I should have, all those things would have been on my page. Yeah. And what if I left it for 12 hours, I wasn't on my phone, and then a lot of people had seen it? How do I talk about it? So, you know, people don't want to understand that as celebrities, you have a lot of human feelings. You are human. Your skin is like this, just like theirs. They believe that you have to have a very thick skin to everything they say, which is not possible.
It's not.
Which is not possible. So we just have to live by God's grace. So anything they want to say, you just have to let them say it. So when it comes to relationships, they think, especially for celebrities, they think that they have a say in your life. So that's why they think, which is very bad.
They want to see, in fact, even when you're not posting the couple goal, they will tell you that you are hiding him. You know, they just feel like
dig you up.
You owe them.
And they will dig you up.
Yes, like you owe them all of these things, the way you put food in your mouth, the way you go to the restroom and everything.
Well, I think that's one of the price that we need to pay.
But there's another thing that you can avoid it. You know why? If you're someone, if you start in a way that this person, I don't want to flaunt stuff. I think that they know you for it. They just feel like this person, because okay, there was a time like maybe 2 years back, I can't remember. I posted something on my Instagram, and someone came. I think it was my boobs was showing or something. And someone came like, maybe you don't dress this way. So he now, you know, said to me that so people take notes of things.
So it happens to me too. There are times I post some things on my page. There was a time I posted something. I went to a function and I had a revealing picture on my page, and I took it down. Nobody told me to take it down. And I think it was just one comment that I saw. And I tell people, so this is your brand. A lot of people know your brand. They know what you do.
Yes.
So if you try to do what others do, some people expose their cleavages.
Yeah, they are known for it.
And that is what their brand is all about. Some of you, so I say that
you go to those kind of people page and you will not see any bad comments.
Do you understand? People are okay because they are okay with what they see. But for some of you, they expect that this is how your brand is, and they want you to remain the way you are.
Yeah.
And some of them will come to your DM and like, what's up? At times, you know, it could be very funny. A lot of men would see it as you are sexually appealing, and they come to your DM and they believe you're all like that. For me, I always tell people, you can't force me to do what I don't want to do. If my decency on my page is not enough for you to, so that is my part of this. That is the part of my life that I want you to see.
Was like when they you know, of recent, when I was carried for the rumor going around and everything, half of those people that, you know, came for me, I know that it was from a place of love. I understood
because
that.
they felt because they were expecting a different thing. Yeah.
They were like, they know me, they like me for this Debbie.
Yes.
Debbie's hardworking, Debbie's this, Debbie's that. So they're like, no, you shouldn't be in this. So I understand that a lot of you that came from
our fans can be so unassuming,
coming from a place of love, but it could have been done better.
Of course.
Because you don't even know my side of the story. You didn't get anything from me, none my family, not even, do you understand?
Yeah.
You just heard news that was written. They said that they now did. So I just felt like it wasn't necessary. You don't know me.
Of course.
Yeah. So I get it. So we are coming to the end of the show, or we have come to the end of the show.
I don't want to go home again.
I know, right?
Can we have another episode?
Because if we go on and on, there's so much to touch.
Yes.
In the industry, outside the industry, life itself.
A whole lot.
There's so much to touch. And I am sure that this is not it for us, because we'll be inviting you
with all pleasure.
You come, of course. It was just a call away. I know, she's my friend.
I'll come.
I'm not of friends that you people do not know.
I'll come.
I don't be like, is that my friend to her? She doesn't post. That's because I don't do social media a lot. There are people that we connect. They're on my WhatsApp.
So when I was saying that some people are, you love some people and you don't see them all the time. This is Debbie. You understand? Yeah.
So there's just some people that even my other colleagues will just like, just close me.
That's the thing.
That's it for me. So guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you watching this episode with Opemipo, Bamgbompa. And I must say, she's so intelligent.
Thank you.
She speaks so well.
Thank you so much.
I'm envy now. So guys, thank you.
Thank you.
And I want to say a big thank you to our sponsor, the Peerless Studio. Thank you so much for believing in the show. Thank you. God bless you. And to the glam team, of course, this outfit is by Sisi Kemi. So, and this face beat is by Zich. And the hair is starred by BJS. Thank you, my glam squad. Thank you. God bless you. Guys, so I'll be going now. Until I come your way next time, please continue to love me. Show my brand love. Of course. Like, share, comments, tell me your opinion, tell me what you feel about Opemipo. We'll be dropping our handles so you can follow her, you can follow me, of course. Thank you so much, guys, and please do not forget to subscribe. I love you and God bless you.
Mwah! Thank you.